Well, just the channel at the moment. So now I'm going to get the link, which I believe is that thing there.
Just like a pure live stream onto the channel.
Yeah, like this is actually a live stream this time, unlike all the times before.
So people can join.
Yeah, so I'm going to post it into the YI Hub now. Yeah.
That awkward moment when your cat's sitting on your chair.
Boom. YI Hub. Let's see how this works. Yeah, don't say anything rude, otherwise he gets in trouble. Oh shit, that's not safe. Oh wait, I know what to do.
You just broke the first rule.
It's all right, nobody's watching. Oh, they will watch it on replay though. Crap.
Wait. So can I access it on YI Hub and look at all the questions? No, you're not posting it into the YI Hub.
Yeah, I'm posting it now. I've got it.
Well, it's not come up on mine yet.
Yeah, because I haven't posted it, you bozo.
Right, shut up. I'll slap you, mate.
Right, hang on. Any minute now. Paste link. Oh, that's great. Doesn't come up with a picture.
You posted it now?
No, hang on. Talking to Sebastian Walsh.
Make sure you get my name right.
Oh, I'm just tagging you in it. Don't worry. Just talking to Sebastian Lewis Walsh about being famous. Post.
Such creative art, Damien.
I've got it.
You got it, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, I guess it isn't shown like sort of like live video on the hub. It's sort of just shown as a picture, but okay.
I just got the notification through. Such creative art, Damien.
I've got it.
You got it, yeah?
Right.
All right, stop playing us live on the same thing. People get confused.
I know.
Right, let's get your fun page up.
I've got it here.
Okay, well, let me do it as well. Can you see how many people are viewing this? Because I've never done this before.
No, I've never. Well, we're up to £10,335 so far.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant the live stream. If you can see.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying, out totally away from your point.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So where does it say how we're getting viewed?
Do you have a second phone that you can use?
Oh yeah, I guess it'll if we show it on the old phone. Hang on.
Actually, wait. I've got it on my phone.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say who's watching.
Probably because there's 0 people watching it.
Well, mainly because I don't have access to the YouTube account. Which I think we should all have access to the account.
Well, it's not saying it on mine either. Anyway, people are going to watch it back anyway, probably more than they're going to watch it live. So we might as well just start.
Yeah.
Cool. So, hello and welcome to a special live edition of the Kipper stream. My name is Damien Heads, aka the Young PJW. And today I have as my special guest, Mr. Sebastian Lewis Walsh, who has become a bit of a celebrity at the moment. He's doing the rounds on the newspapers. Was it the Metro, Daily Mail? Seems to be everything. And he has put a funds together, legal funds, to possibly challenge his university for basically virtually expelling them for stating an opinion. So, Lewis, what can you tell us?
Lewis?
Oh, Sebastian Lewis.
Yeah, like everyone knows, possibly all over the country, a GoFundMe page was set up in my name to help me fight my expulsion. Well, to fight the suspension from my uni, which is technically an expulsion, because they kind of want me to give in. And that's when I'm allowed back when I give in, but that's never going to happen. Now, this is just basically to cover legal costs, because in law, before you even go to the actual law to deal with cases like this, you have to exhaust every single possibility in remedying the situation itself. So I've appealed it, like I've been advised to by my lawyers and by the party barrister. But the fact is, because of all these media articles going out, kind of like naming and shaming them, I brought the university into disrepute, like massive disrepute, and that was one of my allegations that they had against me, because I posted a live video on my personal Facebook criticizing what they've done. Now, because of that, they're gonna be like, "Well, you put us into disrepute," and once I say that I've got the perfect line, I'll be like, "Well, let's think about this logically, because I don't think you have. You've suspended me because of an opinion. You've suspended me under criminal offences, which I have, because one of my lawyers was looking through it, and she said, you've been expelled under criminal offences." I was like, have I? Because if it was really criminal, then I'm sure I would have been arrested by now, or earlier. But so I'll just say, well, you've suspended me under criminal offences, so don't I have that right to bring you into disrepute? And also with harassment, with their little definition, where if the victim perceives it to be harassment, then it is harassment, apparently so. So I'm just going to say, well, I don't like the way you're treating me, and I perceive it to be harassment, so I want to put a complaint in against you. Is that really harassment now? And I bet you they'll say, actually, no, that's not harassment. So what I've done, that's not harassment. But yeah, I'm still waiting on my appeal. And once I get the same conclusion again, that is when we're going to hit them where it hurts. And I'm going to apply some diplomatic muscle, like the great Gerard.
You sure you have enough muscle for that, Sebastian?
Oh, trust me, I've got enough muscle to go around, especially for you, Damien, obviously.
Hey, Seb.
Yes.
I think they expect you to call the police on yourself, like they expect a dankula to.
Well, I'm not that stupid. I'm not a lefty. Anyway, so I'm going to apply some diplomatic muscle and hit them where it hurts, because at the end of it, they're going to be like, oh shit, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Hey, I told you not to swear on my stream.
Well,
this is a Christian family-friendly stream.
Context, so I'm allowed to swear. Basically, they don't.
I think for the stream to disrepute, Damien.
Well, to be honest, that happened in episode 1, so I wouldn't worry about
it. They don't expect me to have all this backing, especially with lawyers, UKIP, the UKIP members. They don't expect me to have it.
Did they know you were in UKIP before all this?
Sure. I always wore my UKIP badge on my lanyard.
Okay, so they knew that you might have some strength behind you then.
But I went in a sleep one time to university, as you do, and I'm going to a UKIP meeting after it. And I just thought it'd be more practical to wear a suit and come in it and then just head off to Manchester, because by the time I got back into Wigan, it'll be 6:30 and I finished at like 5:30. So it just wasn't practical. And I had to be in Manchester for 7 and also get something to eat. And one of my tutors actually said, "Oh, you look very smart. Where are you off to?" And I said, "Well, I'm off to a UKIP meeting to talk about political correctness and how the youth are becoming more soft because they get offended by everything."
Well, can I just say that I bet you love that.
Well, I don't think she did, because she was like, "All right." But then in a report that I saw, they were using that against me for apparently showing off my political opinion, even though when I was asked about it.
Oh my god, that was a part of their thing against you.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do.
And a lot of people at my table were asking me, "Well, what is political correctness and what does UKIP want to do about it?" But apparently I forced my views onto them.
Yeah.
So that's world. I think I am the fucking victim in this.
Well, they clearly didn't count on you getting so much support in the way of this legal fund, that's for sure. Let's have a quick look at it now. Give it a refresh. So you're on £10,335 at the moment. That's from 458 different people as well.
And that's all within 2 days.
Yeah, that's within 2 days. I was wondering actually. Obviously, you had Count Dankula shout you out, didn't you? Which was good.
Yeah, I love that video.
Yeah, I loved it too.
And because of Count Dankula, I can now say university in a Scottish accent.
Go on, then, say it.
University.
Do you think anyone else will promote this in any way? Do you think it'll get further in the press?
I think so, because I ran some of the press to tell them about the crowdfunding and about the legal side of it. So they're going to be publishing that, because obviously I know I can trust them because they've not given me any sort of bad headline yet. And I think Sargon's going to do something about it. However, he's very busy, even too busy for his bay. But and then we're trying to get a hold of Paul Joseph Watson, but he's just been antisocial.
Hey, don't say that. Don't talk badly about my favourite person in the world.
He's been antisocial. But I think once he gets back into the UK, because I think he's somewhere at the minute.
I've heard he's in America. Yeah, he's apparently he might be at CPAC actually. Yeah.
Well, I think once he gets back to the UK, he will be on this, because we all know what he's going to say. Well, imagine my shock.
Well, if I know my boy PJW, I know that this is something he'll definitely be interested in.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's a very busy boy, so, give it some time. You never know.
But
awkward silence there. Anyone want to speak?
But yeah, I can't deal with all this fame. I'm still getting messages of people that are like, "Oh, yay, you're standing up for free speech. I'm so proud of you." And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, you have become famous, essentially. You've been on all the big news outlets. Like, I've shared my article today about your fundraiser, and it's blowing up everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
everyone's talking about it.
Well, it's like,
I think Seb is one of our generation's Tommy Robinsons. I think.
Tommy Robinson, that'll be like, he can fuck off. I'm the only Tommy Robinson. I'm the only one who goes to jail.
No, but you represent what a lot of people have been trying to say for years, and now because of what's been happening to you, Seb, people are finally taking notice.
Well, I think it's like a lot of people don't want to speak out against it, because there's the same situation going to happen to them. And I'm actually very quite lucky that I have UKIP. I'm part of a political party that supports free speech, and because we want to like promote it and get it back to what it used to be and stop political correctness, I'm actually quite lucky. But the majority of these people, it's like the girl who got kicked out of college because of supporting Tommy Robinson. She wasn't part of UKIP. She had no, sort of big backing. That was off her own back. She had to go to the local council and take it to the county court and get all her fees paid for. However, I'm actually quite lucky that I've been in contact with Count Dankula, Tommy Robinson. A lot of people don't have that, and I've just got it's a big realization of how lucky to be part of a political party that feels so strongly about it. Yes, saying that you are all for it is one thing, but actually backing someone because of it is a big thing.
Yeah, and it obviously helps. You have a lawyer in UKIP, which is helping you, I believe.
He's a sound guy.
Yeah, why are you smiling about
it? He's a nice guy. But I've also got to give a shout out to Nate Ryden as well. He's handling all the sort of, well, I don't even know what he's doing at the minute, to be honest. He's meant to be contacting media kind of thing, but what I'm going to try and do, I want to try and get on this morning and talk about it.
That would be a showstopper if you got on there.
No, don't do This Morning. Go on to Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan.
Oh, do both of them. Do both.
Well, yeah.
Do anything you can.
Well, I'm going to try and ring them on Monday because I know with the BBC there's a few issues. Fake news, #panel drama, #fake news. That's for you, Tommy, if you're watching.
I think a few issues is an understatement for the BBC.
Well, yeah. But, for stuff like This Morning and Good Morning Britain, they're not really biased for fake news. So
yeah, they're nowhere near as bad as BBC, that's for sure.
No, because it's live as well. So, it's just one of them things.
Yeah.
Really.
And you get to meet Holly Willoughby, which would be quite an honour.
I just want to meet Philip Schofield and make.
Oh my God! The person he wants to meet is bloody Philip Schofield.
He just fucking.
Holly Willoughby.
I want them both to piss themselves, literally, because they laugh so much. But obviously, with my situation, nothing's funny about it. But as soon as I go onto there, I think a lot of people, a lot of other programs will want me. I'll be like, fake news. Fake news.
You'd have to be Trump.
Fake news.
Yeah, you should do like a BBC one and then literally just go on and say, "You're fake news. See you later."
No, I can be like, right, you've invited me onto here, and I've just got one thing to say. You're fake news.
Walk out the studio.
#panadrama, and I just
see you later.
Like, Tommy, do you want to come on? And then they can just have a go at the BBC. We can't censor him then.
Can you believe they still haven't fired John Sweeney?
Pardon?
Can you believe they still haven't fired John Sweeney?
I can believe a lot of things.
I bet he's hiding underneath a rock right now, isn't he?
Conservatives are paedophiles in their MP seats, so I'm surprised they've still got them with criminal convictions. I guess I'm wondering if there's anything more, but I think.
Well, tell us what the next steps are again.
All right. So obviously, I'm still waiting on my appeal. That is the next step. Like I was talking to the solicitor, and she agreed that once I know the final appeal, she will then send a letter of action to the university stating everything illegal what they've done, basically just showing them up, and they'll look at it and be like, "Oh, what's this? Oh shit, we're being taken to court yet again." And basically, that letter, so like I said, letter of action states what we've done wrong. what I'm suing them on, because I've got a number of things why I'm suing them. I'm suing them for stress, and I'm suing them for paying them money. That's still going out in my name, but I'm not getting that education that I'm paying for. I'm suing them for basically wasting my time, and I'm suing them for breaches of human rights regulations, because they have breached Article 10, so freedom of speech under the law, and freedom of association. Because I'm part of a political organisation, this is something to do with politics. Even the solicitor said, it's actually quite obvious why they've done this. It's because you're UKIP. There's nothing more to it. So then, once that's happened, everything will start getting prepared. I'll send off the evidence again, like the final letter claiming that I've been suspended, whatever, until 2019 or expelled, whatever it may be. And then what the solicitor and Adam will be doing, they'll be working together to build the actual defence. And then basically then we just take them to court, sue the ass out of them, and go home for Team Biscuits, I suppose.
Did you know there was some kind of legislation put through not too long ago, making sure that universities had more free speech? Do you know anything about this?
Well, I know there was a document I did print off, and it was the official guidelines. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but it's been up there. I don't know. And when I took that to the university,
They shit themselves.
They didn't want to look at it. When I brought it up and I said, look at this legislation I've got in my hand. Look, if you read the very first page, it literally says on the first page, you can, everyone has right to freedom of speech under the law, and it may be offensive or insulting to anyone who hears it.
Right.
For me, you can have that right to offend, but they was like, well, that's not applicable here because you've broken student regulations. But in your student regulations, you have the exact same legislation that I've got in my hand. So how is it not applicable? It really pissed me off, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like the policies, they write them, but they don't enforce them. They only want to enforce them when they want to and when they want to cherry pick. So say if a Labour said, oh, well, I support in making poor people poorer, nothing would happen. But because I'm UKIP and I talk against the Labour, I'm the one that gets done.
Well, part of it is because you're saying anything critical about Islam. And that's the one thing in this country you cannot do. You cannot say anything bad about Islam or allow meat or Sharia courts. That is just, what do they say in, that's haram. That's haram to talk about Islam.
Haram! I think I'll say something now.
Allah snack bar, maybe?
What?
No? Never mind.
No. I was going to bring in some legislation. You might know about this, about if you're going to criticise immigration, it can be a criminal offence.
Isn't that under the United Nations Migration Pact?
I think so, but we didn't get it through. I'm glad, because I would be in jail right now.
Well, I don't think that actually had jurisdiction over UK law, but yeah, that still is so good that didn't get passed through, if that is the case.
Yeah, exactly. But I think once I go there, because there's a tutor at the University of Central Lancashire who was also in my situation. He got sacked basically for saying, well, why don't you fund like a failing mathematics centre than rather get a new religious centre? And they got sacked.
Wow.
You could sue them for unfair dismissal.
Yeah, like basically with him, that's an unfair dismissal, and they weren't going to take him to court, but they paid him 13 grand to keep his mouth shut, and they took it.
Oh, nice. Maybe you can get a nice little 13 grand as well.
No, I want to be getting more than that for everything they put me through. Like basically, they suspended him. Like literally, he was on full pay until he got a new job. Then they sacked him. They still paid him until he got his new job. Then he was talking about taking him to court. They paid him 13 grand for basically not to take them to court because they would shit themselves. And he complained to the Office of Students, which is like which all universities are a part of, and basically they run them. They run the universities, and they have the power, if necessary, to strip a university from issuing out degrees.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna once I have that appeal, I'm gonna make that complaint because he's already written to them, and if I write to them, we're gonna be like, "Wow, there is an issue here."
Yeah.
You know?
To be fair, 13 grand isn't actually that much when you consider he had like a whole career and he was probably paid at least like 40 grand a year or whatever minimum. So
exactly. 1 second, let's get the drink.
So hopefully you can get a lot more.
Try and get at least $1 million, Seb.
Oh, maybe. I'll think about it.
You will
donate a quarter of it to the party for good measure.
Well, you will be sharing it with other, presenters on Kipper Stream, I imagine, as well, right?
It might go to Gerard the Giraffe, but who knows?
Maybe we can get
Gerard Giraffe Fund.
Maybe we can get the Kipper Stream like a big, massive studio room, like multi-camera. Hello.
Get ourselves on a live TV networks.
Yeah, we'll just get our own channel, our own TV channel,
like an RT or something.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't compare ourselves to RT, but yeah, maybe like a nice Fox News for Britain. That'd be good. Well, and I can be Tucker Carlson, And
I'll be
Megyn Kelly.
But yeah, in terms of the fundraising, that's one thing I need to mention.
Let's double check it now. Let's see it. Let's see if it's gone up. Oh, 10,420. It has gone up.
It's gone up an extra 100 quid.
Yeah, it's going up all the time.
Well, it's like with the fundraising. If I win this court case, and it's a very high chance that I will win, I won't have to pay any legal fees. But what I'm going to do with that fundraising, it's going to be donated to the party.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
It could be donated to UKIP and Young Independents because, they didn't really have to support me. They didn't really have to. Young Independents didn't have to donate £1,984, but they did in order to help my fight. So donating that money might help them a lot, might help us as a party a lot. And I'll be a gold patron as well. So yeah.
I think you'll be a triple platinum patron after that.
Well, yeah, but yeah, it could be donated equally to those who have helped me, and and then any compensation that I get, well, I'll just keep for myself. Might buy another house. Who knows?
I hate you.
Of course you do, but you love me, really. I might just
love hate, Damien,
I might just buy out. I might just buy out Nate Riding's NEC position. Who knows?
You might have your funding removed soon if you carry on like that.
or I might buy out Gerard Batten.
You don't want to say that publicly, so
yeah, I can see your fund going down. Like you're down to £500 now.
Of course, I'm only joking, but in all seriousness, for a party to support someone in free speech when they believe in it goes to show you that we are the party for them.
Yeah, exactly. What other party would do this? Labour, as if. Conservatives.
The Green Party and the Lib Dems probably would.
Well, no, I don't think they would, because the Greens and the Lib Dems have shown time and time again that they only care about being liberal when it matters to them, If it's something
that was
to
a
do...
joke, and there's no need to go on around. That was just a joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a bit slow to the punchline.
Well, it's like, they have helped a working class lad out, and they are for the working class. So,
Seb,
yes.
this is to prove you are working class. How much is a Freddo at your local store?
About 25p.
25p. Yeah, but what about Aldi?
I don't shop at Aldi.
Oh, it's a trick question anyway. They don't sell it.
You have to test them, your working class.
But I'm a bit curious about that because you don't seem to have a bottle of ketchup behind you this time. So I'm not sure if you are working class,
But, wait 1 second. Working class skips.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you off.
Yeah. So, what other topics is there to discuss?
Me?
Yeah, Seb. Let's talk more about Seb.
So, I'm just wondering what else I could say.
So let's talk about who gave you the backing then. Who handed out the first olive branch, so to speak?
Pardon?
You can tell I'm so working class, can't you? Who were the first people to reach out with you and offer support?
So first of all, it was Nate. So I remember coming home from that stage 3 disciplinary, and I was suspended. And then Nathan rang me. I told him everything that happened, and he says, "Look, this isn't right. I'll get something sorted." So then Sebastian Cheek. I remember I posted onto the YA Hub as well, and then the glorious posh Sebastian Cheek,
our youth independence treasurer. Go on.
He popped up and he says, this isn't right. Us Sebastians have to look out for each other.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah. Well, we're still having the debate who's Seb number 1 and who's Seb number 2. And because I'm famous now, I'm Seb number 1, no matter how much he doesn't like that fact. But
the cheek of it.
Yeah. So then he was talking to Tommy about it. And then Tommy, actually, I'll get the conversation up.
Don't do every bit of the conversation.
No.
You don't reveal too much.
Well, basically, he just said, "Hi Tommy, a friend of mine had been kicked out of university for criticising Islamic culture. I was wondering if you'd do a piece on it." And Tommy said, "Yeah, can I come in and interview him?" But obviously, shit's gone downhill with Tommy, so he's not had that chance yet. And then basically, he says, then Seb says, perhaps it would be better if you could speak to him directly. Do you mind if I give you his number? So then he did. So then around, I was pestering Seb to is Tommy gonna call? Because I'm dead excited. And then he was like, "Listen, what Tommy will call when Tommy wants to call. You don't rush Tommy. You don't rush. Tommy does shit when he wants."
Yeah, you don't ring Tommy. Tommy rings you.
Yeah. Well, I've rang him a couple of times and he's answered, so I think I've got him on the whip. So then Seb was like, "Listen, when he does ring, don't be like, 'Oh, Tommy, I love you.'" And because he fucking hates that. He hates that. He hates it. After all this shit he put up, he'd been put through, he doesn't have time to put up with all that shit, to be honest. Yeah. So then he rang me about 9 o'clock. So then me and Tommy had a very deep conversation about life. Well, about my life at that present moment.
Did he say exactly what Nate and Seb said of what they did? That's not right. That's not right.
He said, well, in his words, fucking hell, bruv.
You just can't do that, you can't do that. It's not on. It's not on.
Well, then he went on to, I mentioned about everything else. How about they called me anti-Islam and that I'm racist? And he says, so why the fuck does it matter if you are anti-Islam? That was his words. He said, why the fuck does it matter? You can be anti-Christian, so why can't you be fucking anti-Islam?
Yeah.
So then he says, so what do you want to do about this? Because you could make a good campaign out of it. Make your own website, as long as it doesn't get shut down by fake media. And basically he said, what do you want to do? I'll come up tomorrow and we'll go down to the university and I'll go on the actual campus and start interviewing people about it. And then
that would have been so good.
And he said, and if he really wants me to, go to the people who have suspended me and he'll talk to them about it.
Oh my God. I would love to see Tommy confront UClan. That would be fantastic.
Well,
imagine if they got like Dankula and PJW involved as well.
Well,
dream team.
Stormed the university.
Well, so then basically, we ended that call, and then I talked to Nate about the campaign, and Nate just said, you've got to think about this logically. Do you want me to be blown up now, and in a week later, no one's gonna be bothered about it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty smart thinking, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Nate's actually a pretty wise guy, and basically he said, well, because your so-called put the university into disrepute, which is total bollocks anyway. But if they see this, and you get Tommy to come down to the university, and it comes up in your disciplinary, you can't answer for that. You can only answer for what you said, and you can only defend what you say. And they could have had a more cause to expel me there and then for having a far right racist activist defending your cause. So I was like, yeah, that's a pretty sound idea. So I told Tommy that we're gonna play it out. We're gonna go through it logically. We're gonna wait for the appeal to come out, and once we know what's happening, then we can take it step by step.
Yeah. So you want to do the maximum damage possible?
Yeah, we want to slowly cut them time and time again. So
how long before we go in there with the killdozer?
It's hard because I've read online, how great is the internet, that sort of human rights casing can take up to a year.
Okay, so you're saying after a year we might be able to bring out the killdozer?
Well, it could be sooner, it could be later. It just depends how it all turns out.
Okay, well, I can start buying some supplies at the moment, and then in a year's time, I think we'll be ready.
Oh, Sebastian is watching.
Will I bring your case into disrepute by saying we might get a killdozer?
You're the one
guys, I think,
not me.
I think we can start stockpiling now.
Stockpiling now, yeah.
So after that, it was just basically preparing everything for the stage 3, and then once that stage 3 happened, that's when everything got a little bit more serious.
That's when the poo hits the fan.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, that's when the shit hit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. no matter what you say, Damien. Because what would Paul Joseph Watson say? I don't give a fuck. But and then once that day 3 happened, that's when we started to get the legal case. That's when we started to get Adam involved. And then after that, well, I did ring Tommy before that. He answered, and he was like, I told him about a crowdfund being set up, and he said, you know, you won't get any sort of funding if it's not blown up because people won't know what they're funding, essentially. So when Count Dankula got involved, that's really helped because obviously he's a high-profile figure. You know, he's Scottish as well. He got a beard that would embarrass your life. Like his beard could basically put you to shame, essentially. And so then he says, you know, what we'll do after I've sorted everything out with Panadrama. Well, that's what he didn't say, but he says, well, once I've sorted out my shit, because you'll see it on the news in a couple of days. I think I was one of the first people to know about it. And he says, you know, once that's all over, then me and you will he'll come up to mine. You know
what? Don't reveal too much about this, okay? Maybe we should just leave it there, just because we don't want to like spoil too much.
No. And then he's gonna get a petition. We're gonna take it down to the uni, and
okay.
That's about the whole gist of it at the minute.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like we've lost Jacob in the process of speaking just now. So press F for Jacob. You know, if you're watching.
Oh, Jacob just said, "Tell Damien to call me."
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go on, to be honest. In fact, I'll try and invite him quickly, but I'm not going to spend too.
They might want to say something about
it. Bloody hell! I've forgotten his bloody email. Can you believe that? You know what? I'm just going to leave it for the moment. So he's just going to have to watch instead. So, hi, Jacob.
Hi,
Hope you're having a nice time.
So do you have any sort of comments on that then, Damien?
No, I just think it's so fantastic that you've managed to get like this turn into such a big thing. The fact that it's all over the news, the fact that you've got over 10 grand in like less than 2 days, right? It's unbelievable.
I wouldn't be surprised within another 2 days that I didn't get the full 20 or even more.
Well, you've got 27 days or something before the fund ends, right? You'll easily get 20 grand, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I might even get more. Who knows?
Yeah, especially if we get someone like Sargon or even Tommy to do a shout out.
I think when Count Dankula did his funding page, he only needed about 80 grand. He got over 100,000 grand for his court case. So it's just one of them. We just got to see how it turns out, really.
Yeah, it pans out.
Yeah, but I'm getting notifications on Twitter. I'm now that famous.
We need a hashtag for this, really, don't we?
Hashtag takedown.
Takedown?
Yeah.
Hashtag halal.
No.
Hashtag halal Uclan, something like that. I don't know.
No. Hashtag. Drama.
Hashtag free speech is halal. No, free speech is haram. I don't know.
or Uclan drama.
Uclan drama. Uclan drama.
Yeah. Hashtag Uclan drama. Hashtag free speech. Hashtag
Uclan drama.
Uclan drama.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll get that trending.
Oh yeah, definitely. Put that as the title for this stream.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sure.
But yeah, that's about it really.
Cool. So Is anything else happening in the next few weeks or so? Not necessarily to do with this case, but anything else you want to talk about?
Well,
I think Gerard is speaking in Durham soon. Are you going to that?
I can't afford to get to Durham. Not
To
on
be
my
to be honest, my knowledge of the north of England is just 0 to none. So, as
side.
far as I'm aware, Wigan could be right next to Durham.
Oh, trust me, it's not. I'll check how much is it. Is it? I'll check how much it is on the train, but I don't think Gerard wants to see me again.
Live on the Kipper stream, Sebastian checking train prices.
Of course,
Let's have a look. Gerard Durham.
I'm not traveling 4 hours to Durham, and it's like 77 quid. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, Gerard, but even though I love you, but that's just too much. Too much for me to handle.
Gerard is our dear leader,
Yeah.
isn't he? He is the best leader we've had ever in UKIP, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. He knows what you're talking about. I think as
Yeah.
well with Gerard, you got an answer for everything. You can't twist his words because he'll just like when he was on Sunday Politics, he owned a Liberal Democrat live on air, and he just kept us cool. And
Yeah.
he's like, well, obviously, I've been in politics longer than you, love. I think I know what the deal with is with the EU, love. You just go back to your party that is not barely seen. So yeah, and while I'll
And did you see his video with Alex Jones, which was posted on one of the it was posted on supporters of Gerard the Bulldog Batten.
oh, I've not seen that. No.
Oh, it's a brilliant video. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I know people go Alex Jones, well, he's a bit of a nutter. He is a bit of a nutter, but this video is actually really interesting. It's from a while ago. It's Gerard and Alex Jones interviewing him, and they're talking about the Bilderberg group, and I think they talk a bit about the EU, and they go into the history, the facts, and it's so interesting. It's like the amount of knowledge that Gerard has is unbelievable.
He could probably tell you the price of a Freddo.
I've no doubt about it. I'm sure he could tell you the price of 17 Freddos just like that. It's like,
No, I think I would really like him to stand again, but I can also understand that he wants to retire. He's been in this business for 26 long years.
where did you find out that he wants to retire? Or are you just saying that randomly?
Well, he mentioned it at on Sunday Politics. Presenter said it's hardly a vote of confidence because you don't even plan to stay on long. And then he was like, well, I want the basis of me standing stands on how well I do and how many members I bring in. And if I'm really enjoying it and it's all going well, I might decide to stand. However, I've been in this business for 26 long years, and he was only on the interim basis for a year. And at the Wigan UKIP meeting, everyone was begging him to stay. Literally, everyone was begging him. Even non-UKIP non-UKIP members were saying how great he was and how much he'd done for the party to be where it is now. Because he turned UKIP back around.
I think Gerard will be there as long as we want him to be there. And at the moment, everyone in UKIP, well, not everyone, but like a massive majority of people love him and they want him to stay. So
yeah.
I'm pretty certain he will stay in the job for quite a while, at least.
Well, we need to see him in 10 Downing Street first before he can go.
Yeah. And right after he does retire in let's say 20 years time, how old will he be then? I've got the perfect man as well. He writes for Kipper Central. You might know him.
Well, why don't we have Paul Joseph Watson as PM? Oh.
I don't know if he's got the time.
Oh, just get Tommy and so then they can just take down fake news like that. They take down the BBC and says, right, you're fucking gone.
Tommy Robinson, MP for Luton. That's what I want to see.
No, just imagine him actually being the Prime Minister. Oh my God. I don't think.
I don't think Tommy ever wanted to like reach these heights of power. All he ever wanted to talk about was, hang on, there's a bit of a problem here. We should be talking about this. And like suddenly he blew up into a massive sensation. I don't think he ever asked for this to happen.
No.
Yeah.
I just like I would love to be Tommy, but I wouldn't like to be him because if you're walking the street and you've got Muslims who hate you, then
well, not just Muslims. It's mostly a lot of middle-class white people that hate him, actually.
And getting, constant abuse, constant death threats against you and your family. He's moved too many times, and he shouldn't really have to move for saying something that is blatantly obvious. But because the left wing don't want to talk about it, we didn't want to talk about child grooming gangs, but that is another story. But I really admire Tommy for what he does. He puts his life on the line for free speech, and it's something that we need to all appreciate. Whether you like Tommy or not, you've got to realise his life is literally constantly in danger because of saying his opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Sargon also actually released a really fantastic video not too long before this stream, and it's all about people who are dissidents in liberal democracies and like people like you, exactly. And it's actually really well made. He's got like some special editor person to like do like a really nice animation, and he speaks in like this very like somber, like thoughtful voice. And it just goes through everything, literally everything we're talking about. Tommy Robinson, Panodrama, you with your halal thing. And it's like he nails it so well. So I encourage everyone to watch that video.
Okay. Well, if you send me the link to that, I'll happily watch it.
Or you could just go onto youtube.com/SargonofAcad.
Well, the only thing I've watched of Sargon's is my speech. I did it. You kept Dalton.
Oh, no wonder he's not promoting you then. You don't even watch his videos, you plum.
Sorry, no personal, offense, but I kind of like PJW more.
Oh, you're a PJW guy.
Yeah, even though I think he's just one of them people who's dead antisocial.
Yeah.
I love them antisocial people, but they make valid points. I can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, it's really good that we have PJW and Sargon, because it seems like they cater to different audiences. Like they're very different. One is like there's really long form, and one is like the short hit pieces.
Well, poor Joseph Watson, I was told, he's not really in touch with the party. Not he's not in touch with them. He doesn't do anything with them. So I think he likes to do his own thing. So then,
yeah. Well, I've actually spoken to the illustrious man myself, and he has actually been to UKIP meetings and things like that, and he is interested. But ultimately, he is like an entertainer / journalist. So his main priority is obviously doing his videos.
Oh yeah. How did you speak to Mr. Lord Paul Joseph Watson?
Well, I know a friend who knows a friend who knows a friend, and I've actually met Dankula. I made myself look like a fool in front of him because I was like, sorry, excuse that's my parents. Yeah, no, I made myself. I'm sorry, I'm not lucky enough to have a paid for house like you, Mr. Sebastian.
We'll get to work then. You might have a house someday. You might not be able to afford it, but have a chance of getting a house.
I'm trying. That's why I'm doing my bloody electrical course, aren't I? Anyway, as I was saying, I've met PJW. I've met Count Dankula. I've met Sargon as well. So that was good. I made myself look like a bit of a fool in front of Count Dankula because I was so in awe of him. I was like, so what's your next Mad Lad's going to be? And he sort of just looked at me and like didn't say anything. He was like, nah, mate, shut up.
Mad Lad videos about Purple Aki.
Oh, have you seen the one with the General Butt Naked?
No, not yet. No.
General Butt Naked is the best Camp Dankula video. Watch that video; it is so funny.
No, but
It's all about this guy who was in Liberia, and he was a general, and he fought in the the Liberian Civil War, and he fought naked, and he had like an army of child soldiers. It's unbelievable.
did he win by any chance?
No, he didn't win.
Why?
Yeah. Anyway, we're going a bit off track now. So shall we wrap this up? So do we have any final thoughts? Final thoughts, I should say.
Yeah. So to other people who are watching and who support my cause and who do actually believe in free speech, if you could donate to my crowdfunding page, you know, as little as £1 or £2. I'm not asking for much. If you could donate what you can, it'll be greatly appreciated. You'll find the link down below in the description, which Damien you can put there, aren't you? And if you do thoroughly believe in free speech in this country, and you're seeing how free speech is being censored and destroyed by the left, then I urge you to join UKIP, because UKIP are the only party who's going to not put up with this so-called liberal nonsense. And we will get freedom of speech back. It might take time, but UKIP are the only one to do it. And we need people. We need numbers. We need councillors. We need MPs to actually make an impact. So join UKIP at www.ukip.org/join. Membership is £4 a month. That's less than a pint. Or you can pay £30 a year. It's not much, and it's all for a great cause.
Less than a pint in London, anyway.
Well, I think a pint in Wigan is only about £3.
Yeah, there you go. That was very professional. Well done. And I'd also like to point out that if you want to fund his page, you can go to www.crowdjustice.com/case/fight for freedom of speech.
Or just click in the link.
Or just click in the link.
Yeah, and
That's all we have to say. Should we stop broadcasting now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to do my classic Tommy line of "See you later." Go on, say goodbye to your fans, Mr. Famous Boy.
Well, imagine my shock. That's mine.
Okay, guys, we're going to end it there. See you later.
Yeah, bye.